March 27th, 2017. Make a motion to approve the Selectmen's public meeting minutes from 3/15/17.
Why don't we do one thing first? Why don't we elect a new chairman?
Okay.
So I make a motion, we elect Matthew Joe, new chairman. Lucky Matt.
I second that. If Matt accepts.
I'll do it one more time, sure.
This can be your grand finale now. Grand
right.
finale.
Nobody runs a meeting like Aaron, so I better keep the hammer.
I'm going to keep the hammer because I learn a lot more, I think, running it.
It's fine with me.
All right, so make a motion to approve this Selectmen's public meeting minutes from 3/15/17.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And make a motion to approve the check register, which I just passed.
I already signed it.
You signed it.
Yep. Second.
I want to go back on our non-public one quick thing, not a big deal. I did
Before
one.
we,
All right, so why don't we table that?
Yeah, okay.
Make a motion to approve the police special details.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the solar exemption application by Pittman.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the veterans exemption application by Cope.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Right. Alzheimer's Association correspondence?
We just need to make a motion for the chairman to sign.
Okay, so I make a motion for the chairman to sign the Alzheimer's Association correspondence.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And then for the MS-232, is that just a motion to approve?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll make a motion to approve the 2017 MS-232.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Right. Correspondence?
We just acknowledge receipt of thank you card from Carol and Steve Abbott for approving their refund of interest because their tax payment arrived very late due to the U.S. Postal Service. We got Conservation Commission meeting minutes on January 9th, and that is all of that.
I got a question. What do you guys think about the vet benefit now? Should we make them come to us, or should we put a little sign up that now states that people that didn't qualify before now qualify? I mean, most people that voted on probably didn't know what they voted on.
Maybe we should put something up to,
We put it up at Barbara's, and she can, as they come in for their registration, say there's no time limit on when they can apply for this thing. Obviously, the quicker they apply, the better off they are.
Did you want to go into non-public to discuss? We've got a couple minutes.
The other thing is, we got a phone call today from Reinhold Security. He's going to no bid it.
Really?
Just can't find anybody through the door. So he said he'd be more than happy to, when you got the list from your buddy, what you did, you said you would be happy to go over it, like guys, to make sure that the stuff is modern and good. You said some of the stuff they order is just, you know. Can you find another guy?
I think it's a big enough project that we definitely need more quotes, for sure. I'm shocked. He came to see me and he was selling himself pretty hard. That
He doesn't do the doors, and he said that's a separate entity.
yeah, but he did the doors for the police station.
But they're not bought.
Yeah, they are.
I think they're on a punch check.
Keep ups.
He said, he said, I don't think so, but something's different because he told me today, he said, I do one, he said, in 5 years, he said, by the time I,
Maybe he doesn't do retrofits. Maybe only you can fix. I don't
I don't
know.
know.
But he didn't mention that when he came to see me. So
Yeah,
he was selling himself pretty hard on the whole project.
yeah, I think he
seemed
got a little
confident.
frightened with the guy that he was gonna use, or he had used, that he didn't feel that the guy was
Okay.
gonna be that dependable. So, I mean, where do we, is there somebody local and they can, we can research it?
Yeah. Not a problem. All right.
What do we want to go into non-public based on?
Well, it was just, yeah, personnel.
Okay, all right, so I'll make a motion that we go into non-public according to chapter 91A3 2A.
Yeah, I was going over the,
You're on camera.
Okay, Ted's apologies, there's a letter and there's a bunch of pictures here too. We figured that you prefer pictures because that way you understand what's going on.
I do.
Right, right. The letter was supposed to have been delivered a week or two ago after our last board meeting, which outlined our concerns about the town school. And so there it is, you can read it yourself. The pictures are our post-meeting run through the town school. And subsequent to this, Dick and Al and Jamie Cook and I met at the town school and took a look at the situation. And what I was struck by was the extraordinary similarity between Jamie Cook and my brother-in-law.
In appearance?
Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
That's for his twin. That's amazing. Anyhow, Jamie Cook seems to be very focused and on the face of it appears to be he understands what the situation is. And to keep this short, I think we're probably singing from the same sheet of music. The trustees looked at the bathroom facilities and straight away Dick and Jamie said, yeah, well, we're going to do this and this, and it all made sense. The unknown for us was, okay, where do we stick these filing cabinets so that Al can get to them without having to do all sorts of gymnastics to get there? Yeah. And at the end of the day, if you look at the picture on the first page there with Alan's head, right behind Ted's right ear is that shelving, and that is the enclosure for the other exit. Mm-hmm. And we talked about taking out those shelves or doing something there so that the cabinets could be right there. We could move the table, obviously, that's easy. And now we have direct and immediate access to the final piece of it. The other options involve moving other people's stuff around. In the emergency exit, it's chock-a-block with range stuff.
Right. I don't think that
And
that's.
I don't know where you're gonna put that stuff if you propose to move it. I really don't care.
I don't think.
If you come in the main entrance and immediately on the right is the Friends of the Library stuff and say, hey, that's easy, we can take care of that. So if you want to bust into there to make access for a space that would be accessible, that's okay too. And behind that is Historical Society stuff. And Dick seems to think he knows where to round file that or do something with it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the main thing we all have to consider is that, you know, the town is a town, and we have to although the primary use of this building for the past several years has been as the used bookstore for the Friends of the Library, this building is shared use for the entire town, for planning board, ZBA, trustees of the trust fund,
Right.
et cetera. So the used bookstore is not going to take priority over anything. They're going to have to accommodate to fit with everybody else as well. So if you have a particular location that you prefer, I'm sure we can work with you to make that happen.
We really don't. The bottom line is, how easy is it for Al or anybody else in such a situation?
Right, right. Yeah, I think right in the main room there.
Right where it says
Would be fine.
cashier on the lower right-hand photo, that's what we decided.
I think that's
the
ideal.
easiest one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, just move the desk to a
Exactly.
different location.
Perfect.
Right. And Dick said something about crawling up into the attic space through that access hole above the window in that same picture. You gonna tell us what's up there, Dick?
I know there's a lot of insulation.
Yeah, it's a blown-in installation.
Yeah, that'll be, I talked to James one, he started, and that putting the file cabinet there, they'll just rearrange that shelving, no problem at all, so that's
Yeah.
done. And everything else we went through on the punch list is gonna be fine.
Is this where the Grange stuff is? Is that the Grange?
Yeah, it's in that hole.
Yeah, that's all range stuff. And if you look at the picture directly left to it, you can see that is a tight squeeze for
Yeah.
an Ellen wheelchair. And Jamie said, well, you can take the door off and it'll make some more access. But he also spoke about actually widening that doorway area. And we're pretty sure that the wall there, and also the wall around the corner from that backs up onto the shelving, it's all partition wall. So if the decision is made to take that out, it probably would be a problem.
Well, I think that was part of the scope of the work, was to widen that door as well, but there's not going to be another ramp on the outside of that door, so
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah,
It has to?
That has to include out two egresses, you know, have to have two.
You gotta have two.
And so it's gonna need a ramp on that side.
we only have one ramp in this building.
I know, but if you are to conform, you have to do it right the first time.
Yeah, no, I just,
If you rehab this building, you have to do it right. They did,
I just don't know where that ramp's
Well,
going to go.
it would go just, it would be, it would look just like the other one, just,
Matthew, the
Oh, it
part of it
could
is
connect it.
access.
see, this one goes this way, this one will go that way. It won't come out the yard, that one will go this way, this will come down about 5 feet.
Okay, would this have to get this up 6
Yeah.
inches, so it's got 6 inches, it's got
It's all
6
concrete
feet,
work,
yeah.
which he's gotta take work over here, cut that piece off to get the wall out.
I mean, if it's code and we need to do it, we have to do it, we just haven't budgeted for it. So,
And that's about it, that's the one concern that we continue to have, that secondary egress.
I didn't realize that the second egress also has to have a ramp, I didn't know that, okay,
Well, hey, listen, I can't quote you the ADA,
yeah.
but I'm sure someone could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, you have to have two egresses for a building. If you got one ramp,
Right.
if that, the one with the ramp was blocked, you'd have to get out that other one, and it's
Yeah.
not,
But what do we do here with this building? We have
Right,
the one.
This building is not.
we're not conforming here, but if we spent major league money to rehab this in a major reconstruction, we'd have to do it.
Okay,
Yeah,
good to know.
that's kind of where we are, and we're happy to work with Jamie or anybody else to move things along. Other than that, can you think of anything else, Dick, that came in?
No, everything, we went through the whole list, everything looks
All
good,
right.
and he seemed to think that he would be finished in 3 weeks. So,
Yeah, there's really no rush to it. I mean, we're perfectly content to laugh and scratch with the police, but that's not a final solution.
Yeah, we also, we don't want to interrupt the Friends of the Library for too long either. so.
I'm sorry?
We don't want to interrupt the Friends of the Library for an extended period either, so.
Or go buy a book or something.
They're having a special construction sale. They're doing boxes of books.
Very good.
They are, yeah. Yeah.
Boxes of books. All right. Okay, well, if you have nothing else for me, I have nothing else for you. And we'll be in touch, so if you keep us up to speed.
we want to come over a couple of weeks from now, and, 3/4 of the way there, we can get together.
Well, we'd be happy to poke around. Yeah, I think we're pointed in the right direction.
You're a whole lot better than it is right now.
Well, the place is beautiful. I mean, it's a town asset, you gotta take care of it.
It is.
There were 4 schoolhouses in this town in 1880, and that's the last one.
Were there 4?
Yeah, there were 4.
I know where they're located now. I didn't know till you told me. Mike Paul's house was one of them. The one that was down by Marshall Bean's old place, that took care of people down there. This one took care of up here, and where's the other one? It was, down off Hunter.
Upper left-hand corner of town.
Yeah, it was
It's
that.
the, you know where the, on Willow Road, if you're going, you're close to the Kingston border, there's that guy who's got a, yeah, right, Maple Syrup place. That's where it was.
Really? Okay.
Right. And if you go dig around in your town reports from the late 1800s, you can read about how each of the school marms did, or how they didn't do. Very entertaining reading. Okay, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thanks, Robert.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Howdy. How are you? Are you by yourself tonight, or do you have a
No, I'm
partner in
with
crime?
Sharon.
Okay,
Very much.
perfect. How's the hunt for Brown's Academy replacement trustees going? Did you? Yeah.
You need another trustee, that one?
Yeah, we'll go, I'll know more when we meet this year. We will, yeah.
Maybe you want,
Want to go into whatever your public?
I was gonna say, do the public side of yours, Eddie.
I can just step out, if you want.
Well, is she gonna do, what time are you on? What time?
17.
I won't take much longer than that. If we want to do it in non-public now, that would get it out of the way.
Okay.
Sure. What's it in regard to? Just so that we know what.
Well, speak of the devil.
Oh.
What?
Hey,
All right, yeah, can we do this and then we'll.
Well, we want to give you an update as to where we are
Sure.
and talk about two specific things, I guess. And let me get my notes out. I can't remember anything. As we mentioned before, we sent out some surveys. And we sent out 40 surveys to 35 Rockland County towns and 5 towns of equal population in the state. And those 5 towns we use for setting the salary. Actually, it's the Salary Planning Commission work that we do. And just to get an apples and apples type of comparison. And we had good response. We had 31 out of 40 come back.
Wow.
So that was very good. That was great. It was a narrative survey, so it's going to be hard to calculate numbers-wise. But we got a lot of good information. But we're working on getting that information. We'll do that in the next couple of weeks. Some of the challenges we're faced with is some towns use their town halls as all-encompassing. They have town offices, town hall, police departments, fire departments, everything is in one unit.
Right.
Our problem is that we're scattered, and for whatever reason, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're scattered all over the place, in terms of doing it. One town, I think it was Newcastle, had a similar situation like us. And I think it was last year, I think they took a proposal to the town voted it down to refurbish it for town hall. So, and I don't know what happened in Rye. That was a real hot take. I don't think anybody knows that yet. Because there was a major issue there. It was 2.8 million to refurbish and 3.1 million to raise it and build something new.
Yeah.
And I'll research that. I don't know what happened, what the final result of it was. It was a very hot topic in town.
Yeah,
So
that's interesting.
we take it a lot as a benefactor. Our next step is some type of forum at town hall, and we don't know what yet. We want to get people out there to see it and get more press out. I'll be talking to some people and getting some press out about who we are. We need to keep it going, people's radar screen in terms of what's happening with the building, and what potentially could happen, and so on. I did have one question though, and I guess I need some guidance from you folks in terms of if after we do this research and come up to the point where we want to look at getting costs for refurbishing, for example. Is that something we turn over to you folks, or are there firms that you've used in the past that would come up with a proposal? I mean, you know what I'm trying to get at? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think because it's probably so use specific, the costs are going to vary tremendously unless you say this is exactly what we want to do. And then even still, it's a lot of work for somebody to make a proposal. It might be 2 or 3 days worth of research that they're not going to want to do just for nothing if there's no prospect of it actually happening.
And what I was thinking was, well, we'll see where we wind up, but maybe there's some options.
I was recently talking with a construction manager from Ekman Construction. They're building the new Plastow police station.
Okay.
And so he had expressed interest that if we ever do anything, that they'd love to be a part of the bid process, but certainly maybe reach out to them.
MRI, that could be
No, MRI is a management consultant.
right, but do they have a bank of vendors or contacts of people who've done municipal buildings and schools and stuff like that? I don't know, I'm just thinking out loud.
One of the things that I thought the biggest number that I can see would be the life safety stuff.
Yeah.
And I wanted Eddie to bow out of that completely. I mean, because whoever drops that number on somebody's desk, everyone's going to hate him.
Right.
That's going to be a tremendous number.
Right.
You shouldn't have to do that. I mean, they'll get somebody impartial, somebody.
Right.
Because that could be $750,000.
But to Nat's point, when we further refine is, what do people want to use it for? We have a sense, and I think once we get more information, once we narrow down to, okay, we want this building, or we would like this building to be used for X, Y, and Z, and that's when we go out with it.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens.
I think, were you on the committee that when they built the addition on the school 25 years ago, that the selectmen, I don't know, it was the pro, and somebody else, they got about 5 of us together to figure out what the use for this could be.
Okay.
And the school board at the time had sold it, that this had a realtor come in and said this had a potential value of, let's say, $450,000.
Right.
And everybody's, oh, great, okay. Well, then when the group looked at it, it had no value at all, except the town office building, because there's no septic with it, or they don't know what it is. I mean, it's a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
So we're kind of committed at that point to this being the town office building.
Correct.
Like Kensington, if we put a foundation under that town hall, that could have been multiple things.
Right.
But this is actually, until somebody comes up with a better idea, this is where the town clerk is going to be, the town office and all the records and stuff. But do you think you're going to need any money to come up? I mean,
I'll know more later on. You'll probably look for that.
But I think if you contacted several of the towns that have gone through a similar project, these types of construction management companies could probably give you a ballpark and say, yeah, we did something similar, it's going to be in this range, plus or minus.
And the survey, Cheryl was a huge help in getting this stuff to us and talking to me. She was tremendous. But what's good about the responses range from one sentence to 4 or 5 additional pages.
Wow.
It was great, And some people are really into it.
Yeah,
They really face this issue.
Yeah.
And if you look at the paper any day, you see a lot of towns facing this issue.
It's interesting to know we're not alone in that
No, we're not.
problem, or,
No, we're not. I mean, and the things you learn, like Hampton, for example, doesn't have a town hall
at all?
at all. Don't have, that was the response. You don't have a town hall.
Did it have at one time, I mean, you know, did it
Well, I
now?
don't know, I don't know, but we don't have a town hall, so that's pretty interesting. There's
We're
one,
looking into maybe just
yeah,
knocking down.
Newington, I think it's Newington. They have an older one, and they built a new one, but they have more capital, more funds than we do. So they range all over the place. So anyway, it's going to be pretty interesting to delve into it. And one of the last questions on the survey was getting contact names for people, you know, if you want to talk to them. So to your point,
Yeah.
we get some good information.
Yeah, yeah.
Call them, we'll see them, or whatever the case may be. So,
Hey, we could probably, if you find a similar town, which you identified 5, if they've done something in the last 5 to 6 years, you probably, you know, come up with a number that they
Yeah.
need to do.
of course, the community would have to go up there and spend overnight. And
A couple of weeks,
Yeah.
And you'd have to pay for that.
Yeah.
They're considered family, sure.
Yeah, bring a family, we'll bring the families up. Not Washington Hotel, up that
That's,
area.
yeah.
Give it a town camper, pop.
So that's where we are, and there's another thing that's come up that I think over Sharon.
Yeah, we were, in relation to all of this, we were talking about how would you go about possibly recruiting or seeing if there's interest in a historical society for town. And there was one that sort of disbanded.
Yeah, there still is, just no members.
Well, right. So, would we have to do that through you guys, or?
Just raise your hand and say, I do
Come up
so.
with names and we'll form them.
So we could, just.
I would be interested in that. Henry Lewandowski said he would be interested in it. All of the stuff is, you know, we've got stuff stored in 2 or 3 different locations. We can bring it all together.
Yeah, and I know Mr. Campbell has a bunch of stuff too.
Yeah.
See, that's the other finding we found in the survey, is that everybody referred to the historical society.
Yeah.
So they all, not all active, but some of them very active, some are very, very active, and some are probably like us, or probably a little bit more than us, but we figured that was a little gap for us that we
Yeah.
need to think about.
And if, in fact, we, you know, if we do want to save the town, all the town votes to save it or whatever, before that even happens, I think we need to have a group of people together to see what we could actually use it for, like a historical.
Well, exactly, yeah.
You know, the next step.
Yeah, you use an example like the training program. We want, okay? There's a room over there that is probably 1/5 the size of this room, 1/5. And it has stuff in it that mostly we consider junk.
Yeah.
And there's maybe 2 or 3
But
hours.
somebody should go through it.
Yeah, but I mean, you could take that whole big building, you could put it in you could put it in that men's room.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's nothing there. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff up in that old selectman's office, but you know, it's what, only that three five. And there's some stuff over the library, but it's just hodgepodge. It's all on.
If we could get a group of people together and make some sense out of it all, and
Once the pound school is all fixed out, you could take everything out, lay it on the floor, and then, you know, sort it that way. It'll probably take a day. 2 or 3 people. At least color the stuff down to stuff that's worthwhile and stuff to do.
so it's just a matter of putting the word out there, seeing who's interested and calling you.
I think it was,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
it was Janet Danzel,
yeah.
Susan St. Martin was on there, I forget who else.
Bill White was.
Her mother, what was Susan's mother's name?
14 years.
You thought about that?
No, it just fell by the wayside, and we
Yeah.
But we could put something on the town Facebook page and
Yeah,
webpage.
yeah, and what I was also thinking of tapping into the, I'm sorry, that's kind of bring someone as a kind of shot. Tapping into the,
Plus, it's
Because
about,
yeah.
so there are people who,
Yeah, a lot of
There's
people
up there.
found in their hand. Exactly.
and we want to get more involved with.
And I think Sharon's the one that really spearheaded this thing in terms of saying, you know, we should do something.
Yeah,
And we thought we'd come here first and let you guys know, you folks know what we're thinking of, and get your blessing before we go off and do something that.
Sharon would be the logical choice to be chairman of the historical.
say that to me, but it doesn't mean that.
As long as we have your
Yeah, no
blessing.
kidding.
in terms of-
Raise your right hand and say yes.
We can swear you in right now.
I'll see who else wants.
We've said it before, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
It's great to see Sharon and folks like that. If there's a willingness to do, the historical thing is pretty cool. I mean, we really should have one, you know?
And that stuff should be kind of centralized, and
Yeah,
it's too bad that it's all scattered right now.
Scattered and not very well protected or preserved.
Right.
you know.
Have you seen the things that are upstairs in the town hall? Have you looked at that? I mean, to
Yeah.
me, there's some really cool stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, there's some pictures and little
Well,
signs.
just the sign we took to the election in
Yeah.
November, you know,
Yeah,
it was
I
up
love
there,
that stuff.
and it's a great sign, you know, in terms of doing that,
Yeah,
so.
there's some good pieces up there.
Yeah, I think Sharon has a vested interest, I mean, she's a native, you know, born and raised here, and we're building schools and everything, so I'm sure there's some others like that that would be willing to help out, so.
We're coming up on, I think, every 7 years, we have to bring in the lake,
Yeah.
boundaries in town. That's something, I do it, you love to do. If you find stone markers, I mean, Quintel knows where they are, you gotta find them, and there's one down off of, I forget the name of the road, but it refers to the town, it is the East Carrick of Kingston.
Paris, is that right?
Yeah, that's cool.
And this thing is now sitting out, it was out in the woods, you had to find it, now it's sitting in the middle of the field, the guy made a field around it. And I'm saying that this property is not long to the world.
Yeah.
Big rock, and I'm saying, it's something in somebody's backyard.
Yeah. That's good to know, though, I mean, you
Yeah.
know, if we could get our hands, you know, if someone could get their hands on it for the town.
Yeah, but when you make the guy that did the field, we have a boundary around it, like a 20-foot diameter circle, I mean, not just what we mean, but if we, I think it's coming up next year, but if anybody wants to go, it's,
Is it, how long does it take?
we did it in 3 days, you know, they're not 3 days, three different excursions, but there's certain parts of it, you know, there's stakes in people's backyards and
You only get Lyme disease twice.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought of, I was like, oh, hike through the woods.
you know, infect yourself in your own yard, and you won't have to wait to go out and listen. Oh,
Great, we'll be back in a few months, let you know where we're at.
Andy's got one of those.
32 out of 40. And we'll keep you posted, we'll try and keep you folks posted in terms of, you know, what's going on, so there's no surprises if you hear anything.
All right.
Getting information.
Thank you.
Anytime you want to go up there, I've got key in.
Great.
If you want to go up and rummage around, call Father Kevin.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
See ya. Come on down.
To answer your question, personnel.
All right. First.
All right, so I'll make a motion, we go into non-public according to chapter 91A.